Today's video is sponsored by Opera.exe browser, and I've actually partnered with them, so they're going to be helping me bring more videos to you guys just like this. Three, two, one, go.
Mozambique here.
All right,
you're welcome.
My favorite one is, and people have been asking for this on chat. I see, which is hands off. That's a prezi for fusey.
That's my favorite one. Safety first, dearies, and then of course, utter mayhem.
I'm currently at the top of my game. Get it? I love the Watson dad jokes.
Definitely Mozambique here. Pass me that sugar. Or last one down on a boom boom. Those are my faves for sure.
The one I use in my cameos the most is, who's ready to fly on a zip line? I am, and then you fill in anyone else's name you want. It's universal, but honestly, the one that's probably the most cathartic is, piss off, Scablander.
That's a good one.
Mine is definitely, I like my women like I like my sake. Cool, unfiltered, and on somebody else's tab.
The moment it's, I hate to see you upset, but I'm just so bloody happy.
It's so simple, but one of my favorite lines is just, All Father, give me sight. Like, it hits. It just hits. I remember I Googled Allfather like a day after the game came out, and it auto-filled with Allfather give me sight. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? Yes!
I really get written great stuff. I like things like, science is unapologetic, as am I.
Yeah.
And one of my favorites is death stalks the ignorant. Intelligence will guide us to survival.
Juicy asshole.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh god, I just said juicy asshole. I'm sorry.
All right, clip it.
Sorry.
I think I'm gonna put that at the beginning of the video,
I'm not
just
sorry
Allegra
at all.
saying juicy asshole. I think that's a
I
good
think that's
start.
gonna have to happen. I mean, it seems on brand for us.
The one that I get sent the most, that I think represents Octane the most, is by the time you see me coming, I'll be going, and you'll be gone. That's probably like the most.
Yes.
But then I also like, death keeps chasing me, but I keep him in my rear view. Like
So speedy.
But then my favorite one is probably technology achieves what gods only dream to be.
Guys, I'm sitting next to crypto.
Hey, how's it going? Have you heard of Opera.exe browser? Probably. Thank you for Opera.exe browser for sponsoring today's video. I've worked with Opera a bunch in the past, and they've been supporting my channel a lot, so thanks. Opera.exe browser is one of the first internet browsers specifically meant for gamers. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a browser be specifically meant for gamers? Opera.exe browser actually has a sidebar which directly integrates Discord and Twitch. You can also log into your favorite music app straight from the browser. Another really useful feature that I use a lot is the GX control panel. This actually allows you to limit your computer's CPU or RAM usage while you're doing different things if you use other browsers like Google Chrome. All right, and to prove that it works, I'm going to open all these tabs in Google Chrome, all these tabs in Opera.exe. You can see that they're both using around a gigabyte of RAM. Now I'm going to turn the limiter to a gigabyte, and look, now it's not even going over a gigabyte. Moving over your favorite bookmarks or settings from other browsers like Google Chrome is really easy in Opera.exe. It takes about 2 clicks, and you have them all imported over. And I also really like the customization tool because it makes Opera kind of feel like my own browser instead of just the default colors. If you end up downloading Opera.exe browser and giving it a try, please let me know in the comments. I want to know your opinion because I really do like Opera, and I want to say again, thanks so much for sponsoring today's video. All right, back to the interview. If you know, what was your first voice acting job?
Ooh, my first voice acting job. Jeez. There was an app in Melbourne which was like it was for kids, called Animal Phone, and basically you could be either a zebra or Ziggy the zebra and like some other giraffe, and so that's what I did. I played Ziggy the zebra on Animal Phone about 20 years ago, whenever the iPhone first came out.
My first voiceover job, well, I had like 2 sort of consecutively. I had one that was a learning app, kind of like Ben, but I was an acorn. She was called Amanda Acorn.
Learn along with me. Hi, My name's Amanda Acorn, and I'm a tiny acorn.
I grew up in Los Angeles, so I was an on-camera actor when I was a kid, and I got asked because I could do improvisation to do ADR, which is additional dialogue recording and looping for the film Vegas Vacation, Chevy Chase's film. And I was one of the background kid voices, and I still get 2 cents residuals to this day.
That's awesome.
2 whole cents.
Raking it in.
That's how you make. That's how you're gonna buy the house, honey.
Yeah. Oh
Yep.
shoot. Yeah, I ran into Mela in the waiting room. I talked about this on the last interview that I did with Tom about I ran into Mela in the waiting room of our agency after my first Valk audition, and I was like, I think I just auditioned for Apex Legends, and she was like, I'm manifesting this for you. This is gonna happen. I was like, that's sweet. Thank you. I was like, no.
Mela is a very powerful being.
My first union voice acting job was voice matching Michael Rappaport for the TV version of The Pallbearer, the David Schwimmer movie. And it was as soon as my agent signed me, she said, can you do a Michael Rappaport impression? I said, I don't know, I've never tried. She played a tape of the scene, a VHS tape. This is back in 2000.
Wow.
Yeah, and she played it, and I started talking back to her like Michael Rappaport, you know, like he was, you know, in that movie, you know, and he does his hands. He has this sort of thing, you know, when he talks. And she gets on the phone, calls up Miramax and said, I got your Michael Rappaport. Boom. Be at this place tomorrow, and you got the job. And so, yeah, that was my first job.
Doing the disclaimer at the beginning of Tosh.0, but in Hindi, which is not actually a language that I am fluent in, but yeah, so I had to do the Hindi announcer super fast. And then I recorded it at home because we had a whole sound system at home already because my husband's a musician. And they liked the recording so much, they just used our home recording on the show.
But I did also sing a jingle for a car website.
Sing it.
No, it's not Cars for Kids.
Do it.
Shopping for a new car, searching for the right car. Don't want a major hassle, got style, value, choice.
And she was 6.
Beep.com, beep.com. Why do I still remember that whole song? Jesus Christ.
That's what jingles do. That's the magic.
That is exactly it.
I'd just like to offer my sincere congratulations to everyone on this call for nearly answering one question in 40 minutes.
Good job, team.
Very well done.
Almost there.
And it was in 2001, I think, because I'm really old.
Oh my gosh, did you
And it was an anime called Helsing.
Helsing.
Oh,
dude.
What? And I played a Cheddar Gorge priest who said things like, I know you're feeling pain, but I will give you pleasure.
Wow.
And then later I played Enrico Maxwell, who was the sort of Vatican envoy. Enrico Maxwell is Italian and very smooth. So that was my first gig.
I'll find
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Very professional. Look at you.
I started out as a film and TV actor, and I was doing some guest stars and some co-stars on TV shows. And then I didn't even have a voiceover agent or anything. This is back 12 years ago now. But I got this. One of my agents asked me if I was interested in doing some voiceover, auditioning for some voiceover work. They were looking for bilingual talent, Spanish, English. And I said, yeah, definitely, you know, I'll do whatever. And at that point, my career was a little bit on the down taper. So I ended up going to this, I thought I was going to a casting, but I was actually going to a voiceover agency to read for something. And I get in there, it was a Spicy Cheetos commercial, and I was late, or a Fire Hot Cheetos commercial, and I got fucking hired.
Yeah, you did.
And
like I have a 16-year-old and 18-year-old. If you want to know the power of voice acting, I was talking to my 16-year-old last night, and they live in Australia. So if you look at the bottom end of a map or a globe, there's Melbourne, and then they live even further out from Melbourne, which is like a country town called Kyneton. And he told me yesterday that there's a couple of kids in the schoolyard who now only refer to him as the son of Fuse, because they found out who it was. His surname, found me, asked him about that, and now he's just like king of the castle over there. So
That's sort of like he's become a Greek character.
Yes.
I am Johnny, son of Fuse. Like it's so. I am.
It was a game called Medal of Honor Warfighter, and in the multiplayer, it was by a company called Danger Close, which is not with us anymore. But there was like in the multiplayer, there was like the special ops of every country, and then I voiced the Korean man. So I shouted out a lot of things in Korean, like 12시 방향 저격수, it's like sniper, 12 o'clock. And like, I just shout out all sorts of crazy stuff. And that was my first experience. Like I got to be a part of Medal of Honor. So super exciting, crazy stuff. I'm so grateful to be a part of everyone that's like, you guys are all veterans, you know.
Sorry, what made you think you were part of this cast?
Can I do a shameless plug for my fundraiser for India? Would you guys mind if I do this?
Please.
Do it.
Not an official Apex Legends announcement that has nothing to do with Respawn, has nothing to do with EA. I just want to preface it with that. A fundraiser called All In for India. We are donating funds and gathering funds for resources to be sent to India for COVID-19 relief. If you care to do so, please check out the website and share it with people. You can support by sharing, you can support by donating. No amount is too small. Money goes, American money especially, goes very far in India and can save lives and help families through a terrible situation over there. So the website, it's very easy. It's bit.ly, like the bit.ly thing, bit.ly/ All In for India, all lowercase.
A Watson print.
Oh yeah, do you guys have your favorite prints with you? Any good stuff?
Yes. So this
They're
one
all my favorites.
is by Kobayashi, and everyone
Kobayashi?
Yeah, Kobayashi
channel
is-
has a print like this, and
And you guys, with time, as we do more signings, we will likely add more legends to it. So it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
What is the most useless or useful talent you have?
Retro?
Useful or useless? Either
Most
one.
useless talent is, you guys ready for this? It's this.
Yes. Oh, I can do that.
Whoa.
I didn't know I was that useless. That's awesome.
That's not useless.
I think I missed it.
Whoa,
Erica.
PG stream, Erica.
Had like a shorthand with horses, like I could communicate like with horses and like work within like the horse energy, and I kind of just knew what was happening with a horse. Figured out that it's actually not useless because I'm now sort of doing a side career where I'm working with horses and helping to coach people with who come in and like work with the horse, and then everybody can learn how to work with horses because they're actually very healing creatures.
I have this weird thing where I have a photographic food memory, and I can tell you, like, even when I was like 6 or 7, I can tell you like exactly the description of what I ate at a certain restaurant. I went at a certain date. It's very strange. I wish I had this ability to memorize lines as well, but my food memory is so, I feel like spot on. Like sometimes my mom will say, oh yeah, what did we eat, 2 months ago at this dinner? And I'll tell, we had the chicken with the mustard sauce, with the potatoes cooked this way. It's very strange.
Do you also remember the crappy meals though? Or like, are you in your brain?
Useless talent. I was doing disaster relief, and we only had we caught like an abnormal amount of these plastic helmets that are disposable, but like hard hats. And we had an oven, hard hat, a fork, and then we had a bunch of supplies. And so I figured out how to make cookies and baking because I was like, these hats, if they're not used, mind you, are great mixing bowls. And so that was the beginning of my useless talent, was being able to, I guess we'll call it very basic cooking. There's a recipe in Apex Legends. It's my actual disaster relief in the field cooking recipe.
That is not useless at all.
I feel like none of these talents are useless.
This will be the closest thing that we're going to hear in this group to a useless talent. Before I had kids, before I had baby brain, as they like to call it, and most of your brain hemispheres are taken up by child rearing, but I used to be able to tell you virtually every Best Picture winner, Oscar Best Picture winner.
That's fun.
That's cool. All the way through. You could throw a random year out now and go, oh yeah.
2002.
2002 was Chicago.
76.
76, Rocky. But yeah, it gets fuzzy near the end because once the kids come along, it's like, were they making movies then?
We're learning a lot, you guys. I mean, it's nice to know we still have fun without alcohol. And
But it's more fun with alcohol.
I just do tend to like, I think like coin dexterity stuff is like probably the one that hasn't come up as much.
Ooh. Okay, this is neither a useless talent nor a wildly useful one, but I want to share it because I'm proud of it. Okay, can we do that? All right. I don't know if you guys can, hang on, hold for talent. We have to move furniture.
I'm so excited.
You know, oh no!
Oh!
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Jesus!
Too many times. Too many times. Too many.
We do front to back. We do front to back.
Don't overdo it. Don't stop while you're ahead.
When you are on the high school swim team and swimming butterfly and your shoulder pops out and you start swimming in circles. And you start swimming in circles because only one arm is going.
You dolphin cries.
Step away from the mic.
She has to fix her hair for it though.
Whoa.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
Allegra does about the best AI voice.
Hold on. This is some junk mail I got a while. We have important information regarding your mortgage loan and a new monthly payment option of $2,771. It is important you call our loan department for toll-free at 1-800.
Wow. That is fabulous.
Are you the person who called about my car's extended warranty? Because I swear to God, it's like the exact same.
Is that I can move one eye at a time.
Proof? Yeah!
You and Anjali need to be on a show together.
Fix VCRs, and that's absolutely worthless. So,
Wow.
You definitely win the most useless skill now. You win the most useless because now that is useless.
I just genuinely don't remember stuff. Like it's, you know, when people on my stream like ask, like,
I don't know if that counts as
That's a special skill.
What's the most paranormal or weird event that's happened in your life? Because everybody has a story about either a ghost sighting or a UFO or just something weird that you don't know why or how it happened.
That's an interesting
So,
question.
We'll start with Ben.
There's a thing that haunts me, and I still dream about this kind of nightmare. This is going to be creepy as.
So dramatic.
Like 4 a.m. in the morning or something, and it was dark, but she was standing in front of me, and she was like an old woman, and she was in a flowy dress, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up and she was gone like straight away. So it's kind of like a half nightmare, half dream thing. But I swear to God, it was my sister as like a 90-year-old, and I still to this day.
I was sitting at a dinner table with a friend, and she was talking about her mom, and all of a sudden the light on the dining room table started shaking, and we thought that's probably my grandma. It was so interesting, and it started shaking, and then when she stopped talking about her, it stopped shaking. It was great.
April 14th, 2014, I flatlined. I was in a car accident, and this voice leaned in and whispered to me, and it wasn't judgmental or alarming at all, but it just said, so it was really quiet, and you just heard, "If you don't breathe, you'll die."
Oh shit.
I love that.
And I was like, oh shoot, I have an incredible life. I just got this incredible voiceover job, and it was like all these things were happening, and I took this deep breath, and I've never felt as much pain in my entire life. And this is the life that came. I'm super glad I stuck around for this legendary hangout.
I was over at my brother and his wife's house, and they had a fairly young child, an infant, and they had a baby monitor in the room. And it was just audio because this was before they had video baby monitors. And as we're hanging out in the family room, we hear on the baby monitor what sounds like drawers being open and closed.
What's that?
Sorry. I love the Johnny Ghost. What's going on in there? You know, because the baby was not old enough to get up and get out of the crib, and there was no one else in the room. The door was shut, the light was out, and we hear drawers just like that. And I said, what is that noise? And my brother and his wife just matter-of-factly said, that's the ghost. Well, the man who owned this house before us died in the bathroom of that bedroom that the baby sleeps in, and occasionally it just gets up and opens and closes drawers. We hear the noise.
Filming in was the old mental hospital, and we were up on like the third. We went up, and there's no electricity there. You have to there's generators. but it's pitch black. So we're going up the stairs, you know, and we're arm in arm, and we bust open. It's like those big ward doors, you know, the doors that open like that. And so we're like, woo, going in, like acting like total assholes.
Those are the people that get killed in the horror movie. Those are the people that get killed in the horror movie.
So we're acting all silly. And so it was like the air got sucked out of the room, and there was this really weird smell. I'll never forget this. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was like really bad. And it got really hot all of a sudden, like the temperature changed, and then it got really cold. And then we were like halfway through, and all we had was like little flashlights, and it's pitch black, but it stank. It was really horrible. And I swear to God, this happened. Nope. We were walking, and like we stopped dead, and I didn't see anything, but I heard it just went, and this is gonna blow out your mic. It went, and it was like it was like this noise and this energy coming towards me. And I literally did the cartoon doodly legs, you know, the doodly 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 doodly. The legs were going like this. And the girl I was with, she shoved me into it. Like,
oh no, fuck the bitch!
That was me like trying to turn, and she shoved me and then blocked me in the door. And it was like we were screaming at the top of our lungs. We came running down the stairs, and the caretaker just goes, I told you guys.
I'm a skeptic, but that being said, I have zero sense of self-preservation. So I have like walked around in graveyards at night, you know, or like snuck behind, I think like after hours at like the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, or like the one in Santa Monica. I've like explored, you know, former, you know, mental institutions or whatever.
What?
And, like,
So, God, about over 10 years ago, I'm at a friend's house. One of my best friends, he's a kind of amateur painter and paints portraits of people and stuff, and is really good. And it was very, very late night, and he had a brother who'd kind of gone off the wall, he'd sort of slipped off the radar. And there's sort of various paintings. He's a designer, so there's various paintings all over the wall, and there's one of his brother up above the little bar cart. And we were talking about this brother who'd had errant ways and got himself into trouble, and I sort of said, so have we heard anything from him? He said, to be honest, I don't even know if he's dead or alive. And the picture jumped off the wall. I'm a big cynic, and I don't believe in this stuff. This picture didn't just fall off the wall, it jumped over the bar cart and smashed right behind the bar cart, like over the bar cart. And we were nowhere near it, neither of us.
Wow.
Wheeled round, and there was a smashed picture on the floor. So I don't know. My jury is still firmly out, but something went down.
On the next episode of Fuck That Man, Jason.
I was hiking in the Inland Empire in a town called Norco just maybe 5 months ago. And my girlfriend and I are parking at the bottom of this mountain that we're going to go walk up. I look over, we're already at elevation. We're already probably about 1,000 feet. And then it's going to be like another maybe couple thousand feet up this hike. Anyway, I'm parking the car, and I just look out my window to the right, or to the left, and not even a quarter mile in the sky, maybe like 3,000 feet up, is a big fucking silver disc, and it's just still. It's just still. And I say to my girlfriend, I'm like, do you look at that? What is that? And she's like, what the fuck is that? And it's just hovering. And then in about 6 seconds, it shoots like a fucking bullet out of a gun. That thing just left so fast. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I live near an airport, and this thing was the size, like, let's just put it this way. Like, if you're looking in the sky and you could see that that's a Southwest plane because you could see the colors and the logo and everything else. That's how I could see this thing. And I could see the reflective pure silver. I could see that it was probably the size of an airplane, of a legit 747. And that thing just sat there and then just shot.
When I was 14 years old, we have a friend who is a psychic. And I hadn't seen her in some time, but I was at dinner with her and my mom. And, you know, we were just talking, and I was just like, oh, and like my friend Claire. And Roberta goes like, oh, the one who's blind. And my mom is like, what are you talking about, Roberta? And I was like, yes, because what I hadn't told my mom is that my friend Claire is legally blind. I believe in it. I believe that there's just shit we can't explain.
I remember doing this play back when I was like a student at Strasbourg. and we're doing branch.
When I was a student at Strasbourg.
You wear a turtleneck too, Johnny?
Do you guys know what scissor lock is? Like when you guys are, okay, so it's when you're, it usually happens when
Sounds
you're,
like a sex thing, but go on.
Yeah.
I could not move, and I was trying to break out of it because I was getting freaked out. And I remember lying down, and I looked at the corner of the room, and I was, usually I break out of it, but I couldn't this time. And my eyes were wide open, and in the corner of my room, I saw a white hooded figure, and I couldn't see its face because the hood was like this. And it was right in the corner of my room. It fucking floated towards me, and it floated towards me. It looked at me. There was no face.
Fuck that.
It was black. And
Chills,
white
baby.
hood. And then I looked at it, and I was scared shitless. It just stared at me, and then it went away. And then I tried to look it up, and I can't find it. What the fuck it was? Like what kind of ghost it was?
I have to leave because I have to get over to Mella's house to pick up my prints. Otherwise, I'm going to have nothing to sign.
Yeah. I mean, this is a perfect place to stop. We've been
I'm
streaming
going
for
to
almost
Mella's
2
now.
hours.
Anjali, yes. Erica, bye guys.
Adios, everybody.
Thanks, Retro. Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the end of my video. If you want to go check out the full 2-hour unedited live stream, you can go check out it over at Retrospect Live. That's my second channel. I just started it very recently. It's going to be a channel dedicated to my Twitch highlights, live streams like this and stuff like that. I don't feel comfortable posting long 2-hour to 3-hour live streams here because that's not really what my channel's about. So if you want to go check out that stuff, it's over there. Also, thank you so much for all the voice actors for coming on and hanging out. I mean, 11 of them all in one place is just a crazy opportunity. So thanks again. It was so fun. All their socials are down below, and maybe we'll do another video soon. If you like it, be sure to like and subscribe. It's free, and I'll see you guys next week.